All right, we're ready to start watercolor painting, and I'm going to focus on my background. That's nothing that's in my subject matter, the negative space. And I'm going to use my color wheel, and I'm going to find analogous colors. Those are colors that are 3 or 4 next to each other on the color wheel. So since it's a bunny and I think it's spring, I'm going to do green, blue green, green, yellow green, and yellow. So that'll be for my outer part. When you are using watercolor, start with this green here. When you're using it, you want to make sure you don't paint too close to areas that you don't want to mix. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to jump over to other areas so they're not next to each other. I'm not going to paint this area and then this one next to it because there'll be 2 different colors and I don't want them to mix. And the Sharpie isn't going to prevent that from happening. So I'm going to start with this green color. I'll just throw it on here like that. And I am going to try the salt technique. You do need at least 2 techniques in your artwork, and that is one of them. So right now I'm just putting color down, and then I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Try to stay in your areas as best you can. And I don't have to do salt everywhere. I could just do salt in some of the areas. I've got my salt here. Take a tiny pinch and just sort of sprinkle it on where I want it, not too much. All right. Now I'm going to move on. Like I said, don't paint next to it because you don't want these colors to accidentally mix. So I'm going to spread them on. I'm going to use that same color. And I'll probably pick like 5 or 6 areas to put this color. And then maybe I will pick and make my yellow green and pick 5 or 6 areas to put the yellow green. But remember to spread them out so your colors don't mix. And go down here. I want it to be a little bit darker, or more opaque, I should say. And a little salt. Now I am blotting a little bit where the color I want to lighten. So I'm just taking my blotted up paper towel, just trying to take out the areas where I think it's just a little too dark, because I do want this to have a very light, fresh feel. And if the color is a little too dark, it might take that feeling away from it. So I'm just kind of be careful not to mess with the salt too much. Just trying to lighten up my colors a little bit. But you see I'm spreading them out, and I'm not trying to get the colors that are next to each other mix. So that's why they're kind of like all over. When this is all dry, I'm going to put my next colors in there. Alright, so I have got all my background areas filled up. I have used analogous colors of the blue, green, green, yellow, green, and yellow. And now I'm going to be ready to let this dry, and then I'm going to use neutral colors for the rabbit.